you've ever wanted more pleasure in your life. Okay, well, my name is Rachel, and I have been an intimacy coach for 11 years, which has inspired me to do an extended series every single month, talking about a different theme. And it was all about incorporating more pleasure into your life, but it was not intentionally speaking directly about pleasure. It was all about intimacy building, basically. And so what I wanted to wrap this series up this year, this actual year, this is the very last one I'm going to do. I will not be continuing this series next year. I actually will be interested to see what even happens with my page next year. But this is a series where I'm talking about things I believe humans are doing to themselves that really hinder having the best experiences in relationships that we could ever have. And my last suggestion tonight is the fact that we have so much separation from sexuality in life that it's crazy. Okay, now I understand that there's age appropriateness and there's boundaries and there's things that we shouldn't and can't expose humans to as we're learning about reproduction and things like that. But comprehensive sexual education should just be mandatory. I don't understand how we get into this notion of separating the idea. I understand for a lot of people this might be religious based, but come talk to me about it. Because sex is universal, not amongst just humans, but species for the most part. Most species reproduce with two bodies. It's a soul portal. It's the ability to cultivate something from the other side and make it earthbound. Why aren't we talking about the magicalness that is sex? Why are we discussing the intrinsicness that is sexuality? Why aren't we presenting this with more open and supportive conversations from day one? What we do is we say the black and white thinking. You're either this or you're that, and there's no in between. And you either love this person and nobody else. There's no in between. It's so limiting and damaging. Ironically, animals are going to cohabitate and have sex with anybody they want in their species. And we are a species that segregates that. We are a species that says, no, you cannot do that. We are a species that says, don't talk about that thing, the most natural thing that we're here. We are the one that give it the villain title. We do that. We do that. And when people who are educated and empowered and passionate about making sure that this education is out there for humans, they are stifled. They are made to believe that they aren't doing God's work. They are made to believe that what they're doing is blasphemous. They are made to believe that they're actually hurting by educating in this manner. And I don't understand it. We allow ourselves to sit in a place that Rachel has a job at 37 where I have to educate people about their bodies and using the right terminology. That Rachel at 37 is helping grown-ass adults understand what consent is. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying that I have a need. I have a job. Because we haven't given ourselves the freedom and creativity and exposure and lovingness to have these conversations from the very beginning. The most natural thing that will happen between most human beings, we negate its importance. We sully the good name by giving it a negative connotation and association. We build shame and guilt into this when we shouldn't. We shouldn't, okay? We need to be talking about this more openly. Bad things are still happening to people around the world when it comes to sexual exposure and things like that. So it does not, to me, prove that we're doing the right thing by continuing that walk. We need to beat back this shit up and start from the beginning. And we need to recognize that if our children are not exposed to this by safe adults, they are going to learn about it. They are going to hear about it, whether it's an informed way or a completely ass backwards way that isn't accurate. That's the problem. We need to bring these back together. So that is all. I mean, I have a lot to say about that, but I've got to just wrap this up because I'm already past the 3 minutes. But it's been the largest frustration, I think, of being an intimacy coach is the idea that I'm really quite literally coaching the thing that brings more humans here. And some people can't have a conversation with me logically around that. So I really hope that you were able to get some things from this series, this entire 12 months. It was a pleasure for me to be able to record them and to put them out there. I was incredibly moved each and every time somebody reached out to me or commented positively about how this has shaped something for them. That's why I do what I do. So it's been a pleasure. And like I said, don't know what next year will hold, but I wish you the very best in 2024. I hope it is your best year yet. Thanks for being here. It's meant everything to me.